Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Decided to do a quick video here on doing some air filters for Volkswagen GTI. This is a 2001, so figured I'd just throw up a quick video process of getting to it, and if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. Let's get to it. First thing, gotta take off a couple screws here on that plastic cowl. We did take off, we're going to take off the whole thing. This isn't a necessary step, but we are actually doing a wiper motor while we're doing this. So this is kind of a little bit over and beyond, but you might have to remove that weather stripping there and pull that little cover off. And we took the whole thing off because, like I said, we're doing a wiper motor, and it gives us a pretty good angle and some good camera shots here. So first thing, you see your air filter there, or your cabin air filter. You got two tangs that hold it in place. It's a little easier to get out when you're not holding the camera. So once you pull it out, you pop those out and you can slide the whole thing out pretty much. You can get a good look and inspect your filter. That's the bottom side that goes into the cabin. Thank God it's not torn. We got it over here on the bench. Technically not a bench. We're using the back of combine right now, but it's right there. So when you pull it out, take a good look at it because you're going to be excited to put the new one in. But do take a good long look at those arrows right there. You got to make sure you see which way they're pointing. It is specific on most models and cars. This Volkswagen wouldn't be any different. So make sure you line those up the correct way, as in which way the air flows in. And then you're good to go. Make sure you slot that back in and don't crimp the edges along the corners. And once you got it dropped into place, ready to go back in. Before you go back in, make sure you do clean up the box and wipe down any of the dirt inside. Go ahead and squeeze the air filter into the 4 plastic tabs that hold it up into it. Yeah. And after that, you can go ahead and drop it on in. You will probably have to finagle or move this thing around until it finally slots in. Afterwards, you can feel it pretty much sit in its seat, and you can push it down in past its clips. Give the little clips a little bump and a little push, and they're going to be good to go.
Yeah. That side went in, this side doesn't want to. Oh, it's in. Yeah, that's it.
I do recommend just checking the back of it real quick. Just put your hand back there, make sure it is seated along the back edge. And there you go, your cabin air filter is new and ready to go. Ready to filter some cabin air. And with that done, we're on to the engine air filter. This one is pretty straightforward. The 4-cylinder model may look a little different, but they should be roughly the same. This is held on by 2 screws and 4 plastic tabs. So first step, real quick, is to take the screws off. You may need to disconnect the MAF sensor, that's what that plug is right there, to get it out of your way if you don't have a long enough screwdriver. In our case, we had to. If you do this, please make sure your key is off, the engine is off, it's not running, you're not doing any of this while it's hot. Most people would recommend to disconnect the negative battery cable or just to disconnect the battery, but it was going to be okay in our case. We're just going to do this quickly and with the key off. After you undo that, those couple things, you're going to probably have your buddy hold it open if you're not filming at the same time, and pull that filter out. Bring a quick shot of looking at both of them and how they look. You can definitely tell the left one has been used and in for a little while. Also, it's funny to tell the characteristics and the differences from the new ones. The old one was really floppy like a Slinky. The new one actually has a mesh backing that looks like it's a little thicker also. Maybe not as many ridges, but yeah, the difference in quality in some manufacturers is a funny thing to note. So back in it goes, nice and simple. Do check your air box, make sure it's cleaned out of the bottom and nothing is sitting in there. These plastic tabs can be a bear. Definitely far harder to get on than it is to come off. So if you have to fight these, some people might end up disconnecting the intake hose right there by the MAF sensor. You're going to have to unscrew it, loosen it up. But with the correct angle and finagling, it's a technical term, it slots in, and try not to pinch your hands or thumb. I think I caught mine there pretty good, but we'll live to turn another wrench another day. So after they slot in, you should see them all slot in. The screws line up perfectly, and go ahead and just send them on home. And with that done, after you get your screws in and tight, double check to make sure you reconnected your MAF sensor. And you're done. Your filters have been changed. Don't forget your cowl pieces on the plastic part. We got to do a wiper motor next.